you just don't need it all to start out. You really don't. It's not gonna make a difference. No one's gonna care if your box comes in a brown box or if it comes in a custom box.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Keisha if you're new here, and thank you for clicking on today's video. So today we are going to be talking about a small business, starting a small business, and ways to save money when you're starting a small business. Because as someone who watches a lot of small business vlogs, I see people all the time who have custom this, custom that, who use this device, who use that, who have like a whole setup, who have like all these different things that when I was starting, I was like, oh, I need this, that. And in reality, when you're starting out, you don't need a lot of the stuff that you see when you watch small business vlogs. Even me, someone who, how old is my business now? It's about 7 months old. There are still a lot of things I don't have yet. And then there are certain things that I've slowly accumulated, but I didn't have when I started out, because it's just so important to really be cost effective when you're starting out a small business and kind of putting money where it's most important. And there's so many things that you don't need, or so many little life hacks of things that you can do yourself to save money, especially starting out. So today I'm just gonna be sharing some of my little tips on how to save some money when you're starting a small business. And if you guys have a small business and have any hacks yourself, feel free to comment down below. I'm always looking for new ways to save money, and I'm sure anyone watching this video would also really appreciate any hacks, because who doesn't wanna save a few bucks, you know? So anyways, let's get into today's video. Excuse me. So first, let's talk about inventory and sourcing inventory. So I personally use Alibaba to source inventory. Again, nothing in this video is sponsored. Let me just start with that. But I personally use Alibaba to source my inventory. I've definitely learned a lot of things when it comes to sourcing from Alibaba. And just like the biggest thing I really wanted to talk about with you guys is, one, really doing your research on Alibaba, talking to different suppliers, getting the best quotes. Like say you're like me, you have a home decor business and you're sourcing home decor. Maybe you're someone that has a stationery business and you're sourcing materials there, or you're someone that has like a clothing business and you're sourcing materials. Whatever it is, something that I really take my time and do is to reach out to a ton of different suppliers and get the best rate and try to find the best bang for my buck. I don't try to go like the cheapest, absolute cheapest route, but I try to find the best rate for the product with the best processing time, the best shipping time, and the best shipping price. So when I find an item that I'm looking for, an item that I like, I message a bunch of different suppliers. I usually try to message anywhere from like 3 to 5 and just get different quotes, because sometimes the product is less for one supplier, but the shipping is more. The cost ends up being more with the packaging, and you really have to look at like minimum order quantities for the different suppliers and just kind of see where your money is gonna stretch the best. I wanna do a whole video one day talking about Alibaba and like picking suppliers, because there's so many things that go into also just like, you know, picking a supplier in general. I don't just pick anyone. I read like, you know, like reviews, see how long they've been in business, if they're verified, like all these things. So that's a whole separate thing. But yeah, really do your research. And another thing too that you can do is you can negotiate. I've had some success with negotiating for certain products with different suppliers. They'll send me a quote and I'll say, okay, you know, I'm still talking to other suppliers to get other quotes. I'll let you know. Sometimes they're like, okay, whatever. And sometimes they're like, oh, like what other quote are you getting? Or like if I tell them like, oh, hey, I actually got a better quote from someone else, so I'm gonna go with this other supplier. They'll ask what it is, and sometimes they will try to bargain and bring their price down. So you can negotiate, which I don't know if everybody knows that, but I definitely have negotiated quite a few times. And again, it's just like a way to save money. So try. Worst comes to worst, they don't budge, but a lot of the times I feel like you can definitely get some money out of someone. So definitely try to negotiate, see what the best deal you can get is. And when it comes to ordering inventory, you really need to start small. Hence why we are a small business. It's so tempting to want to order a ton of inventory, you know, even when sometimes I see the minimum order quantities and the different price ranges. I'm like, oh, like it's cheaper per item if I order this much more, if I order 100 versus 50. But what if I don't sell them all? Then I'm just stuck with inventory. There's some pieces I have on my shelves that don't really sell and that are slowly starting to go, that I'm not gonna be repurchasing because they don't sell well. And if I just ordered them in a bigger quantity, I really would have been screwed, because I would have been spending a lot more money. Yeah, it's less per item, but if it's something that doesn't sell, you're kind of stuck with it. And that's the thing with being a small business owner, is you just don't know what's gonna work. There's so many pieces that I'm like, I love this piece, and it took me forever to sell it, or I had to lower the price to sell it. I didn't get as much of a bang for my buck because I had to lower the price to sell it, and it's just like not worth it to be in my shop anymore. But if I ordered it in like a big quantity, then I would literally be stuck with it, or I would just wouldn't be making a good profit because I'd have to lower the cost. So start small, get something realistic. It's different for every business. I personally, when I first am trying out a new product, I order about like 20. And then when it sells well, I'll progressively order more and more and more. And that's something that I really have to hold myself back from. When I have an item like my Sophia vases or my Sarah vases and they sell out really quick, I want to go order like 1,000 of them. But it's like, Keisha, just in case, like I know that since they sold well, especially the Sophia vases, they sold well. I probably could sell 1,000 of them at some point, honestly. Again, it's just like, you know, sometimes I get in these like waves of just like getting more orders on TikTok and the video is viral and I'm selling a lot. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is the moment. Everybody in the world wants this item. Let me order 1,000 of them. But what if I get 1,000 of them, I spend X amount of money and then nothing goes viral, or like the peak of that is over and nobody wants it, especially being a small business. So it's like kind of just really slowly increasing the quantities as you sell out of things. Each time I order a restock, I'm getting more and more of items, but I'm never like ordering like thousands and thousands, at least not at this point, where like I said, the business is 7 months old. We're not a huge business by any means. So I just like, I'm really trying to just make my money stretch, because it's also a balance of, yes, I want to restock pieces that people love, but also you want to get new pieces as well, so you have more of a variety. And that's something I want to talk about too. Starts, again, with starting small. You don't need to have 1,000 of each item, but you also don't need to have 1,000 items. I, again, would love to just like spend a bunch of money and get like 40, 50 different items at once. But like realistically, I need to, again, be smart about where I'm putting my money while we're still so small. I don't know what's gonna sell. I wanna make my money stretch, because you gotta buy supplies, you gotta buy inventory, you gotta buy restocks, but new inventory. So it's like, I don't wanna put all my money into like one item, but I also don't wanna put my money into like too many items. So I'm kind of trying to restock items as we sell out, buy more and more, but also take some of the money from the earnings and buy new pieces that I think are gonna do well. So we also have more of a variety, so people can order multiple items. So really just trying to start small when it comes to the number of items and also the quantity of items. I feel like it's super important to just like not go too big too fast, because I think that's where you can get really tripped up. And again, I have to like reel myself in a lot. Like right now I have 3 different restock orders coming in of different things, and then I have 2 orders of new things coming in. I've talked to suppliers about other new items I eventually want, but I'm like, thank you for this quote. Like, I'm not gonna be ordering right now, but like I'll let you know when I'm ready, because I'm like, let me get all this stuff in, make some more money, and then get more stuff. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to go too deep in and then like run out of business money and not have money for new boxes or new tape or new other things. So I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling. I should have planned this video out better, but hopefully that helps a little bit of just kind of, again, overall, just don't dive too deep, start small. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is packaging, because again, as someone who loves watching a small business vlog, I love watching people who have like their custom boxes and their custom tape and their custom stickers and their custom this and their custom that, and everything's so pretty and customized. And again, realistically, starting out, there is no room in the budget for that. I mean, unless you got a lot of money to blow, but like when I started this business, I started it very, very small and with not that much money invested. So you wanna know what we got? We got plain old brown boxes, and we got packing peanuts from UPS. That is like the gist of my packing. I got packing paper from Amazon. Nothing starting out was customized. I had plain tape, did a lot of DIY stuff, and I think it's really important. Again, in the beginning, it's like, I know everything just looks so pretty, and it's like, oh my God, boxes that say Novina on it, and like this custom tape that like just goes with the box. And it's like, it all sounds nice, but you just don't need it all to start out. You really don't. It's not gonna make a difference. No one's gonna care if your box comes in a brown box or if it comes in a custom box. Is a custom box cuter? Of course. But is it necessary? No. I still don't have custom boxes. I don't have plans to get custom boxes anytime soon, but I like to add things to my packaging that makes it customized. So some things that I do, if you guys watch my videos, you've probably seen these, because I have my plain brown boxes. For a while, I did not have custom tape. I just used the regular clear tape, and you know what? That was fine. Maybe about like a month and a half ago, finally ordered some custom tape. The clear tape, you can get, I got a pack of 12 on Amazon. I think it was a pack of 12 on Amazon for like 10 bucks. And then the custom tape from my one roll was like 35 bucks. It is a big roll. It does last, I will say that. And I do still use the clear tape and I put my regular tape over it. So like, do you need custom tape when you start? No. You can just use clear tape and you can get a lot of it on Amazon. I got the little, I can't think of what's called, little roller for the tape. And like I said, I got a big pack of tape on Amazon. Everything I talk about, I'm gonna have a link down below if you guys wanna check anything out. But you don't need custom tape. You can start off with clear tape, eventually upgrade, unless you know you're starting out and you really want that custom tape in the beginning. It's not too expensive. I got mine from Sticker Mule, so it is doable, but again, it's not necessary. My box, I don't have anything that says Novina on it. Something that I have that has been like a lifesaver for me is sticker paper. You can buy packs of sticker paper and you can print off anything and customize anything on your own. I've had transparent sticker paper and I have this sticker paper that has like a white background. I print off stickers that say Novina on them and I stick it on the box and people can see the box and see that it says Novina. Is it as nice as having a custom box? No. But does it get the job done to help customize the box a little bit while we're not trying to break the bank? Yes. I love the sticker paper. I have sticker rolls for my thermal printer that I'm excited to try to save even more money. We'll get to that in a minute. Stickers, great way to customize things. You can put it on your items. When you wrap your items, you can put it on like the packaging, you can put it in the boxes. Like there's so many uses for the stickers and it just really helps save some money in the beginning, again, when you're not trying to spend a bunch of money. So I have regular sticker paper and then I like just like sheets. And then I also have some from Avery, like little round ones that you can customize. Again, everything will be linked down below. I love those to print off little circle ones that say Novina. And like whenever I put like a candle in an order, I will like seal it with one of those stickers. And again, it's customized, it says Novina, but I did it on a budget. My next goal for the boxes is to get a stamper. I know they're not that expensive to get a customized stamper. I just haven't made the purchase yet, but that is like the next thing on my list is to get a stamper so I can just stamp the boxes instead of having to use the stickers for the outside of the box. I'll probably still use them for like my like individual items, but that's my next purchase. So again, we're just kind of working our way up. The next thing, if you guys watch my videos, is you probably see me print off and cut my own thank you cards. It definitely is time consuming, but it's not that bad. Like I usually will just watch a YouTube video and cut them. I got a cheap little paper cutter on Amazon that I did break because I dropped it like a week after getting it, but nonetheless, I print off my own thank you cards. I got like a thicker paper and I'll cut them. And then I have thank you cards because it kind of is a little pricey to get thank you cards printed. So again, that's something in the near future I'm wanting to do is to get them made. But in the meantime, while it's something I haven't wanted to spend money on, I just print them as I need them and I cut them myself and it saves a lot of money. Especially right now because I've been tweaking them too, trying to figure out exactly what I want them to say and how I want them to look. So doing it at home for a while kind of lets me really narrow in on what I want before I like actually pay to have them like made and printed and sent to me. When I did start the business, I did get those Novina bookmarks, which I do still want to get. I need to get more printed. I got them printed at Walgreens. I think it was like 15 bucks for like 100 of them. So that was a really good deal. So I do need to make a new order of that. That was something that I really liked getting printed and that was really inexpensive to do. So again, but you could print those yourself at home, or I like using things like Walgreens because you can go in Canva, DIY whatever you want. I love Canva. I do have the paid version, but you can use Canva for free. You just unlock more stuff with the paid version. I like it. I use it for YouTube. I use it for the business. I use it for locating. I use it for everything. So it's definitely like a worthwhile. I think it's $12 a month. It's totally worth it if you guys want to spend the money on it. If you don't, there is a free version, but it's really great because you can just make your own like DIY everything. And it's just a great resource. So it's really great to make thank you cards. That's where I make my thank you cards. I made some of my stickers on there. I made those bookmarks on there. I designed the tape that I ordered on there. So I love Canva as a great resource to just like create everything that you guys need. My head is pounding. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I do not feel well right now. I don't feel well. I think I'm doing too much talking and not enough water drinking today. Okay. Another thing that I did to save money is, okay, so I did order a printer. We did have a regular printer before, but it stopped working. So I did end up getting a new one when I started the business. But if you have a regular printer, you can use that for a lot of things. Like I said, I print my stickers on there. And for the first few months, I printed all of my labels on there. You can get printer size paper for labels. They're double-sided and you can just like peel off the label and stick it on the box. So I did get those for, like I said, the first couple of months while I started my small business, and it It's a great way to save money instead of buying like a separate label printer. After a while, it did get a little annoying having to like use the printer, and sometimes like for my smaller boxes, I would have to like cut the label to be smaller. So after a while, it did start getting annoying. So now I do have a thermal label printer. Full disclosure, this was sent to me for free. I did partner with them in a video, but it has been a game changer. That was just something I was just not wanting to spend money on. I just didn't think it was worth it at that point. I wanted one at some point, but I didn't think it was the time. So when this company Munbin reached out to me, I was like, you know what, let me try it. I think it's like $150, maybe even $100. It's really affordable compared to like the big fancy one everybody uses. And it honestly works great. I have had no issues with it. It prints out really fast. It's super easy to use. Mine's just white. It's super sleek and like simple. It's small. I love it. I think it is great. It's like half the price, if not more than half the price of the fancy one everybody uses, and it works great. So I definitely recommend this one. And the paper isn't expensive. I got some, they sent me some little stickers to try with it. I have not tried printing stickers out yet, but once I run out of my circle printer stickers that I have here, I'm gonna use that. And again, you don't need this as an initial investment, but when you do make the purchase, I think it does save a lot of money because the labels, you get so many labels for basically the same price as like printer paper, but you don't have to buy ink, which is what I really like because it's thermal printing, so you don't need ink. So ink is just so expensive. So not needing to buy ink costs a ton. So if and when you are ready to buy a label printer, it really does save a lot of money compared to using like a traditional printer. But again, start with what you have, start with the bare basics, and then work your way up as you grow your business. Like I said, I was planning on buying a label printer myself at some point down the line. I'm planning on getting like a stamper. At some point down the line, I'll get custom boxes. I use like packing paper from the store. I think I'm gonna start going, and I found some on Amazon that I'm now gonna get that's a little more of cute tissue paper to like wrap my items in, along with the like packing paper that I use. But at some point I would love custom like tissue paper. So again, just like start with, you know, the cheapest option possible and just slowly build your way up. I started with plain tape. Now I put a layer of custom tape over it. You can work your way up. I know it, like I said in the beginning, you want everything. You feel like you need everything. You want it all. You don't need it all. So just really prioritize where you're spending your money, because supplies do cost a lot of money. That's something I realized. I spend so much money on supplies. I feel like every time I make a bunch of sales, I'm like so excited and I'm like, wow, I can order all this inventory. And then I have to restock all the supplies and then all the money's gone. It's crazy. It really gets expensive. So really only buy what you need, especially when you're starting out, trust me. The next thing I want to talk about is advertising. So I know there's so many ways that you can advertise. You can buy ads and Google ads and Facebook ads and Instagram ads and TikTok ads and all these ads, but you don't need to. There are just so many ways to free market. For example, YouTube. I've made some sales for my YouTube channel. This is free marketing. I can post for free. Instagram and TikTok, you can post for free. TikTok has been like such a great source of driving traffic to my website and driving sales, and I don't pay. I've tried doing Instagram ads in the very beginning. I think I did maybe one TikTok ad, like paid boost, and like it helps a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily convert into a sale. So I've just stopped paying and I've just been posting for free on Instagram and on TikTok. And you know what? It's been working, especially TikTok. TikTok is literally like the best free advertising tool out there. So if you have a small business and you're not on TikTok yet, you need to get on there, because I probably would have no orders if it wasn't for TikTok. Like everything literally comes from TikTok. So you really don't have to pay. If you want to, yeah, could it hurt? No, you can pay for, like I said, Pinterest ads and Google ads and all that. I haven't experimented, so maybe I'm missing out. But again, starting out is just not something I feel like is a necessity for my business. And I feel like it's probably not a necessity for your business either. So I feel like start with the free stuff. If you want to experiment and dabble in later, then you can see what works. But if you're starting a business small and you don't have a huge budget, I really don't think it's worth it to allocate money towards marketing when there's just so many platforms that you can market on a ton for free. The last thing I want to talk about is the website. So I use Shopify. I pay $30 a month for a basic plan. The basic plan works great. It's just me running the business. I don't need anything fancy. So you can start off with the basic plan. I know when they have like a couple different plan options, and it seems like you get more for other plans, which you probably do, but starting out, you just need a basic plan. When it comes to my theme, I don't use a theme on Shopify. I did buy a theme that was like $60, and the theme is just kind of like the layout of the website. So they do have free themes. If you don't want to spend anything, you can customize the themes that they offer for free. I bought a theme when I first launched the website, and it was like 60 bucks, I think. And now the theme that I use is free. There's so many websites that you can get free themes from. I found free themes that work great. They're not so basic as like the ones on Shopify, but you can get free themes to customize your website. And then even on those websites, you can find themes for like $5, $10 if you didn't want to spend like a bunch of money on them, but wanted to spend a little for something that you like. You can get themes that are free. You can get themes that are 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks. And once you license it, it's good to go. And there are a lot of websites too where you can try a theme for a certain amount of time before you have to pay for it to just like try it out. So that's super helpful too. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on the theme. You can do your website by yourself. Is my website the most professional? Does it look the best? Absolutely not. Are my photos the best? Absolutely not. But you know what? I did it myself. And you know how much that cost? $0.99. Not even $0.99. Cost, it was free, okay? Didn't cost anything. So you can do the website yourself, you can make your banner yourself, you can take your photos yourself. Is it gonna look the most professional? Probably not, mine doesn't, but does it get the job done? Yes. And I keep saying I wanna revamp the website again. I keep slowly revamping it. So I do wanna revamp it again and take new photos and do more to it and take my time with it. But I've thought about maybe paying someone to take product photos. But again, it's just not something that I'm ready to spend money on at this point in my business. I don't need a professional setup, and I don't need a professional photographer. At some point down the line, I would love to have those things, but right now we're gonna work with what we got. We got my house to take photos in, we got my camera, we got my iPhone, which is what I usually use, and we got me, and it's free. And it's a great way to save money, is to do things yourself. So everything's trial and error. Like I said, when you start out, I know you want everything to be perfect. I definitely do, but people, when they see a small business that has 200 followers, they're not expecting you to have the most marvelous website, everything's perfect, the most professional photos. Like, no one's expecting that. You know what? If your product's good, you seem genuine, and people like your brand, they like your product, they're gonna buy. Professional photos versus photos you took on your phone against a white wall isn't gonna completely make or break it. It could help maybe a little bit having more professional photos, but like I said, it's not gonna completely make or break your business. So don't feel like you need to spend a lot of money and like hire outside people to do things for you, for things that you can easily do yourself. And with that, those are all the ways that I have to share with you guys on how to save money when starting a small business. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this helpful. And again, if you have any tips of your own, please leave them down below, because I'm always looking for ways to save money. And I know if you're still watching this video, you probably will still be interested in ways to save money. So feel free to comment those down below. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. And I will see you guys again in another video. Bye guys.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul.